everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to Don't Starve Together. So we are on day 20 now, so this is the day before winter will start. So um, the temperatures are dropping, it's getting a little bit cooler. I haven't had the end of season rain come yet, but that'll probably start today. And there are a few things that we need to get to crafting, and we will go over. I need to pop down to the caves to get some light bulbs for my miner's hat so that we can replenish that. And yeah, once we're into winter, we'll be able to go hunt out the Mac Tusk and hopefully secure ourselves some decent loot from him. So namely, we're looking to get the walking cane, but a tam o' shanter would not be bad either. So for winter clothing, we're going to need some silk, we're going to need some beefalo wool. We'll also need a pig skin so that we can make an umbrella. I've got my berries in here just rotting away so that I can get some more rot eventually, but I guess over here we could take a look at the other piece of winter clothing. So with the supplies that I have available right now, we can make ourselves, we'll just go to winter items here. So there is the breezy vest, warm but not that warm. This is made with that koalefant trunk that we secured earlier and a fair amount of silk, 8 silk. But what would be even better is if we got a winter koalefant trunk. So similarly to hunting the summer koalefant, we just have to do the same thing, follow the suspicious dirt piles, but it does have to be in the winter season before we can get the winter koalefant, and it will drop exactly the same thing, a bunch of meat and the trunk for us. And then we combine that with, again, 8 silk and a couple of beefalo wool, and we can get this piece of winter clothing, which is tier 2. The breezy vest is just a tier 1, but the tier 2 will be a lot better for us. And then the other one that we can get for our headwear is the winter hat. So we've got some different variations available, but I will just do the classics for now so that we've got it ready to go when we want to. And if I don't find a winter koalefant soon, then I won't worry about it too much. Maybe we'll make a breezy vest, but probably not, because the next thing we're going to make is the main item that's going to keep us warm in the wintertime, and that is the thermal stone. So it requires a pickaxe, and it doesn't actually matter the durability on your pickaxe. So this could be at 3%, and you'd still be able to use it to craft this item here. So hopefully you can get some use out of your pickaxe before you convert it over into the thermal stone. And I'm just going to plop this down on the ground beside my fire, because eventually we'll want to get that warmed up, but not right just yet. Oh, and as I thought before, I do want to get rain gear, and just getting an umbrella. So 6 sticks or twigs, 1 pig skin, and a couple of silk to make this guy. And this gives us, I think, 70% rain protection, but also the football helmet will provide the other 30. But the combination of the two is needed to get full waterproofing from the rain if it does start falling here in the next little bit. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to want to go down to the caves and grab some light bulbs. So our nearest plugged sinkhole is over there, I guess. Yeah, let's go take a look over there. So I do need a pickaxe so that we can open it up. And we'll take a quick jog down this way. I'm just leaving the rabbit in there. It will, die in a couple of days, and then we can go collect the morsel from it then. But we don't need it exactly right now, so and I'll go over that, what I did off camera here in a minute or two there when we get back to the nighttime, but this should be a very quick trip down there because usually right in all of the entrances to the caves there will be a bunch of light bulbs right here, so we'll be able to find some of them really quickly, so that won't be a big problem. I usually try not to waste too much time picking the single light bulbs, but if there are no other choices, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and do that. And we can do a little bit of exploration here, and while we're here in the evening time, we might as well pick some of these green mushrooms. This is another, this is one of the sanity restoring foods that we can get pretty easily. So both in the overworld and down in the caves here, green mushroom caps, when cooked, will restore a fair bit of sanity. So we'll just get a few of those up and ready so that I can recover a little bit more sanity, because at this point we're running out of things that we can prototype, so that won't be... Let's see, do I have... I've got meat on me. So these are bunnymen, very similar to the pigmen that you find on the surface. However, they will attack if you've got any meat on you, and because I've got meatballs, they will attack me if I actually got too close to them, so we're just going to avoid doing that for now. Or avoid getting close to them, and they will wreck us quite quickly because they are quite strong when they start attacking. So we've got a few light bulbs, lots and lots to get us through. Another thing the light bulbs are really good for, not only replenishing our miner's hat, they can also be used to make a lantern, which is something you can hold in your hand, which would be pertinent because in the wintertime, obviously, we don't want to be taking off our winter hat to use the miner hat for light and lose all of our insulation. We'll just run away from those basilisks, which spawn from the opened plugged sinkholes. So if we just right-click this into the miner hat... Oh, it's on my head. That's fine. Still on my head. Take that off my head, please. Each one gives us, I think, 19% if we put them in there. But if I've got a couple of ropes at the ready here, under the light sources, the lantern is made with 3 twigs, 2 ropes, and 2 light bulbs. With this in our hand, we can now have a light source, walk around with our hat on, and still maintain our extra inventory space with the backpack. We're at 112, 126, so about 15 sanity for each one of those that we eat, so that's not bad there. Thermal stone is warmed up nicely, so our temperature should be increasing. A little bit of food. So what did I do off camera over the last few days? Well, I did prepare this wormhole for travel. So I did go up to this desert here. I walked around and then approached it in a more logical way and lured out the hounds as good as I could, and I killed, I think, 6 or 7, no, it was 7 or 8 different hound mounds that were in the vicinity of this wormhole, so that when I jump through here next, we won't have to contend with a whole bunch of hounds. and we'll have quick access to this walrus camp here, which is where we'll find the Mactusk mini boss, which is going to give us the handy loot that I've been talking about. So after I finished there, I thought I'd pop up here and kill some more spiders for silk. And what happened is there's this merm hut set piece here. So this spawns with the merm hut, which is usually only found in the swamps. And do I even have any on revealed on this map? Yeah, there's one there. Usually they're only found in the swamps, but randomly you can find a set piece with them, and it also spawns with 4 pigmen around it as well, and they fight each other. But what I actually did, because I had a whole bunch of monster meat from killing the hounds, is I used that to tame the pigs, and I pulled them away from there so that they'd stop dying for no cause. And I brought them down here and helped me fight some more spiders from this, but more importantly, we chopped down a whole bunch of trees. I can go over recruiting the pigmen, if not in this episode, but then further down the line. But you just give them 1 piece of meat and then they will follow you for a certain number of minutes, which is pretty handy. Also, yeah, I did make this hambat. From the weapons, this is a best early game weapon, but it only lasts a certain amount of time. It doesn't have a durability similar to the spears, but it loses damage as the freshness decreases. So about this point here, you know, even before it gets down to yellow, there are lots of things are actually going to be better than it now. So I think it's about time to ditch this hambat. We'll just leave it on the ground to turn to rot, and we can go back to our trusty spear there. Or also, I did find a tentacle spike when I was coming through that bit of swamp here. From this merm hut here, they had got aggroed to a tentacle. They killed the tentacle, and the tentacle has a chance to drop the tentacle spike, which is a very strong weapon as well. So I'm gonna keep that. Well, we'll keep that in there for now. I've still got 25% on that guy there. What are we up to now that we are officially into winter? Yeah, we want to look around for a suspicious dirt pile, I guess. And I'll do that off camera, and we'll come back in a minute here. So between my winter hat and my tier 3 beard here, and my thermal stone, I've got a fair amount of insulation, so I shouldn't get too cold too quickly. So we will just wander around and look for that, and I'll bring you back if I find one of those or if something else interesting happens. Alright, no sight on that, but I guess what I can do is I will grab the tentacle spike now. I'll leave this behind. Just put it on the ground. I don't need to do anything. I want this eye bone for Chester as well. One thing about the eye bone that Chester that you carry to get Chester to follow you is it always falls off when you log out of the game. So that is a thing there. There's one of those pigs that I had recruited. Now when I go through this wormhole, we won't get immediately attacked by a whole bunch of hounds, but this also leaves us really close by to the Mactusk. I'm being very careful with him because it is a mini boss. He does demand a fair amount of respect. And what I want to do is try and spawn something for him to attack instead of us. So if we walk close to the water in the wintertime, it will spawn these Pengol creatures. I've got a suspicious dirt pile right here as well. And there we go. We let the Pengals do all of the work for us. They killed the Mac Tusk, not the baby Tusk. They left one of these hounds up as well. There we go. One of the best things about the white hounds is that they will always drop 2 hounds' teeth. So the drops we got from the Mac Tusk, there was a regular big meat there, but it looks like one of the hounds managed to get it first. We'll always drop a blow dart. The hounds, the 2 white hounds will always give us 4 hounds' teeth and 2 monster meat. And then there's a chance at the drops that we were really looking for. So one is this Tam O'Shanter, which this is a winter headpiece. It's similar to the winter hat in the insulation that it gives, so how long it will keep you warm. But it also has a great big sanity aura. So our sanity is going down slowly right now, but if I equip, even in the nighttime, we can gain sanity with the Tam O'Shanter. So we are well equipped for the winter now. That we got the Tam O'Shanter, but I did not get the Walrus Tusk drop, which is what we would use to craft the Walking Cane, which is an item that you hold in your hands, but it gives you a speed boost. And that's pretty much, if not it's one of the best items in the game because of the speed boost that it gives you, which is really handy. We're wandering through the desert here. These suspicious dirt piles are quite obvious and easy to follow. So we should be able to find this winter koalefant rather easily. But especially in the evening time, these can be really, really hard to spot in some of the biomes. Most notably like the dark green turf. That's not so easy to follow, but I will continue along here and we will eventually catch up to the wild beast and hopefully we'll be able to get a kill. So there's the winter variation, just a little bit different color is all on him. And we've got a full inventory now, so let's put the full stack of twigs away. I can use the blow dart. This is a ranged weapon. So if we use the ranged weapon on him, now we've got him aggroed to us, and we don't have to worry about trying to trap him against the side of the world. And also the blow dart is one of the highest damage weapons in the game as well, so we also managed to make real short work of that koalefant there. So yeah, we are laughing. We also got some really nice drops out of the tumbleweeds that we were picking up. We got 2 more gears. It's not a super rare drop out of the tumbleweeds, but it is relatively rare. And the other thing that we can notice now is our thermal stone has started to cool off, and it loses 12 durability every time it changes its state there. These little magma pools will help warm us up. So we can see our thermal stone has gone from white to yellow. As long as I don't stand too close to that magma for too long, I can avoid actually taking any damage from those flames that they're catching me on fire with. And hopefully we can get that thing. The other thing we can do with the lantern is we can put it down on the ground. So similarly to using the miner hat, we can actually do work at night with the lantern. We just have to put it on the ground first. So there we go. We've gotten all heated up. We were actually even overheating a little bit, not to the point where we're taking any damage. Oh, now we are taking damage. Taking my hat off for a minute so that we can cool down a little bit quicker. There we go. Now that we're not taking any damage, but yeah, that is this. Yeah, this is the one that goes back to the home. I guess we may as well demonstrate this property. So if I just give this little pig man a piece of meat, it says yum and you is good, and now he's going to follow me and he can actually help me with some chores like chopping wood. So if I get an axe and I start chopping away on a piece of wood on a tree, he will chop away on his other trees. Just one thing to note, now that we are in the winter season, the birch nut trees have all lost all of their leaves, and so we won't get any of the birch nut drops anymore, like the seeds to replant the trees. So that's important in one regard, but the other thing that means is that because these trees are hibernating, we don't have any chance of getting any of the tree guards. So these trees are relatively safe to farm in the winter time because you don't get any chance to get those tree guards at the end or after you. But you can continue working on that. I will put this wood away. That we've got a fair amount of wood now and seeds, or pine cones, I mean, as well as we have this winter koalefant trunk. Throw black feather away. 25 hound's teeth now, so we've got a ton of those. Ah yes, the winter koalefant trunk, so we can make the puffy vest. So now we will be fully insulated, but it will cost us the use of our backpack. So we're going to have to pare down what we're actually keeping in our inventory, so I won't be able to keep just random things, like I was keeping this hammer on me just in case I thought I might need it at some point. I won't need the miner hat anymore for the winter because I've got the lantern here. These extra gears I think I got in there. Got a bunch more wood we can pick up that are Mr. Pig Friend handily dandly. Yeah, there we go. I tricked the pig into attacking the Pengals, and the Pengals killed him. So I got rid of him, so he's not hanging around here. They can be a little bit dangerous to have pigmen hanging around your base, because during a full moon they will turn into werepigs, which are relatively dangerous creatures. Oh, I was grabbing those to make. Geez, we're not even hurting on sanity anymore. Maybe we'll just leave the trunk in here for now, and when we need to prototype something for some sanity, we'll make that winter vest, the puffy vest. So I won't need this winter hat anymore for a long time anyways, until this runs out of durability, but we can always repair the durability on it as well, so we probably won't ever need the winter hat again, but I did make it because you never can always sometimes tell if you're going to get the drops that you want from the max tusk. And from this point on, I think my winter is pretty much set. I don't have much else to worry about. I will burn this grass suit at the next night, and that'll make a nice big fire for us. I'll cook up that piece of wood. Now, I'm gonna have to sacrifice something else. So I think I will drop this gold. We've always got flint if we need to make a tool in a pinch, and because we're into winter, we won't need to carry the umbrella anymore, because if it starts precipitating, it will come down as snow and not rain anymore. Might as well pop on over here, see if... No, that rabbit has not expired yet. And our little twiggy tree farm is starting to produce for us now. I could pick this grass, but it won't grow back in the winter time. So saplings, grass, berry bushes, those will not regenerate in the winter time. So unless I really, really need it, I don't pick those that are close by my base in the winter. I guess we may as well come up here and dig up all of these stumps. Oh, and we've got a hound attack coming in soon here. Let's get a nice big fire started. So let's see, I've got tons and tons of meat left over here. We may as well heat up this wall now as well. We don't need it. I'm just going to extend my light range there so I've got more room to maneuver around here when the hounds start coming at us. Having this tentacle spike will really help with the hound fight as well, because we can kill them in 3 hits instead of 5. See, only 3 hounds that time. It was supposed to get progressively worse over time, but we had 5 last time, so I was really scared what was going to happen there, but as it turns out, was all for naught. So remember when we took this perk here, which allowed us to transform a meat into 2 morsels? This is going to be really handy moving forward for making lots of bacon and eggs, because normally we can turn our monster meat into eggs, and then with the stale meat, we can, I think this is, do I need to prototype this? Morsel. So we can see, I don't know which tab this would be under, so we use the handy dandy search bar. So 1 big meat now turns into 2 morsels. And because the recipe for bacon and eggs is 2 eggs, 1 big meat, and 1 small meat, there we can actually get extend the amount of food that we can make with all of this, all of these resources that we have here now. I'm going to turn that full stack of monster meat into eggs. Oh, I did not want to pull the bird out of there, but we did. And oh, I got it on speed dial here already, so do that. And now I've got plenty of resources for making lots of food, so my food is pretty much set for all winter here now as well. So 1 last meatball to finish up, but after that we're going to have tons and tons of bacon and eggs for our food. So at this point now, there's pretty much not, or there's not a lot of things I need left to prioritize doing for the whole rest of the winter, except not die to the deer clops when he comes. But that is for another episode. I guess we'll wrap this one up here. I appreciate you all for checking it out, and oh yes, see, there we go. Eventually that little rabbit did die. Just come up there, collect our morsel, we can reset the trap. See, it's down to 38% already, so it will break fairly shortly, but not right away by any stretch. And yeah, we'll cut this one off here. I appreciate you all for checking out the episode, and we will see you in the next one.